This nibble originally aired on RSBANDB Update, episode 803, Performance Enhancing Oddments. Enjoy. Many people see this as a fix to those glitches that we saw. Fine. But I think what this is also potentially opening us up for is a trial of direct purchase of lamps, stars, pulse cores, cinder cores. Because like you said, anybody who is chasing maximum XP in a game is going to be using bonus XP and is going to be using one of those kind of cores, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
And
I mean, it's akin to having performance-enhancing drugs, right? Like it's kind of, but it is, right? Like you don't. If you're going to allow it, then you allow it. You know, like. And if you are competitive, you're not going to go and put yourself at a disadvantage. You're just not. If Lance Armstrong's over there taking 4 shots in the butt to, pedal faster, the dude racing him is not going to not do that. He's going to do it too. And that's the thing with the high scores right now. Now, granted, the people that were there before, they were there before. But when we're talking about right now, that's how it is.
It's a different era.
It is, yeah.
And my theory on this is that while it looks like this is being used to fix those bugs that we saw, I think what we're being prepped for is a trial of direct purchase.
Yeah, and, let me just let Jagex know ahead of time. It doesn't matter what you do. People will whine, cry, moan. They're going to say they're leaving. It's not the same. The game sucks. La, 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 la.
Because you could not do direct purchase if you didn't have limits.
Right. But we do have limits. And at some point, you're just going to have to ignore that. There are options. You're going to have to make your own choice as a consumer.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
And you have options. Like, I'm not being a hard ass, being like, no, if there wasn't old school, if there wasn't Iron Man, I would have maybe a different opinion. But those things exist.
There's even Iron Man exclusive high score tables.
Right. So, I mean, I think there's enough RuneScape for everybody. I've never been someone that thinks, people should be shamed for how they want to play. I don't believe in that. I think this makes complete sense. If you don't have the time that you had during study hall because you was in freaking high school, and now, I don't know, you're working out of a full-time job. You come home, it takes a lot to run a house. You're cleaning, you're cooking, you're running around, you're chasing the kids. If someone wants to spend a little bit of money in exchange for that time, I don't think that's wrong. I just don't.
Yeah, and I mean, it's a debate that's always there, and we know microtransactions isn't going away.
Yeah, and frankly, it's a debate that I'm so over that it's hard to try to be, it's hard to have more insightful things to say about it than I already have. Yeah. But at the same time, like you said, it's not going away. So it's like, I just want, at some point, we need to come together, accept the game the way it is. And if it's not a fit for you, that's okay. Like, I'm not judging you for not liking it. I think there's a place for you to play and enjoy and not like it. You know what I mean? Like, yeah. I'm not trying to do to you what I'm fighting against.
And I'm going to walk the plank here.
But we all need to come together.
And I'm going to walk the plank here. I wouldn't mind seeing a week-long trial of purchasable oddments and just see how that goes. And, maybe even have a thing where they drop somewhat regularly through Slayer or Skilling, right? Obviously not as much as you could buy, but enough to, still have a way of getting them in-game. And I think that'd be a really interesting experiment now that we have these limits.
And I think that's something that we need to we really need to think about and maybe put out there, because at some point we want to see Treasure Hunter gone, right? We want to see it gone.
And even they addressed that in the live stream last week, the Leeds one.
Right. Right. And so, like, Oddments and having another way to get the Oddments other than just direct purchase, although I am a proponent of direct purchase, you should have an alternative way to get them through gameplay. And if we have that, then we don't need Treasure Hunter anymore. And it can go away.
Yeah.
And look, Oddments are not in your face.
And I bet, and we don't have numbers on this, but I personally bet that the best-selling Treasure Hunter promo has got to be the Smoldering Lamps.
Well, anybody that's trying to be efficient, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure. Now, the difference comes, like, if you are in a grind and say, you know, you're towards the end of your grind. Now, sometimes you're not going to wait for a certain promotion. It's great if they happen and the timing matches, but sometimes you just got to do what you got to do. You know what I mean? You just want to get it done.
Yeah, and you know, we're predicting that there will be a direct purchase trial at some point, and you guys heard that here first. I don't want anyone getting surprised about that when it comes, but I think it will be on the way in the next 2 months or so.
Yeah, and don't freak out. Don't freak out. There are limits. There are limits.
Let the process play out. Right?
Oh, shit. Yes, let the process play out.
You can find full episodes of RSBANDB Update right here on this YouTube channel. If you found this video useful or just enjoyed it, like and subscribe, or leave a comment.